Now, I'm just going to walk with this camera and I'm going to see what you observe all on your own. As opposed to me pointing anything out, I want to see if you notice the obvious changes that happen. Because I'm technically actually doing it at all times. I just make certain things more noticeable than others. Like I said, certain things more noticeable than others. Look. Granted, I'm aware that a lot of people have probably tried to walk up and just do this themselves. Being able to do this. I don't think that I've earned it. I can tell you that it's been plus actually 5 years into learning how this place operates. I'm 39 years old. What does that tell you? Now, the reason why I'm able to do the things that I am able to do, as I have told you many times before, is that what do you think it is? It's a video game. I've beefed up my avatar. And I've beefed up my avatar over a long period. How did I beef up my avatar? The way I beefed up my avatar was by getting the tendencies out of my mind. I traded all the partying, all of the drinking, all of the going out and having fun and being silly and wild, crazy, and free for learning myself in the system. So you understand that? I made the necessary sacrifices. Now, granted, I did do stupid things when I was a kid, okay? There were parties, there were this and that, but you see, I was always prone towards this. Even as a child, I was having crazy, wild experiences that neither my family nor the people who knew me could explain. As I got older, some people just distanced themselves from me because it was too weird for them. Some people thought I was just simply crazy. Well, that would be a mistake. Because I can tell you this, I have all of my mental faculties quite about me. Okay? Right now, I'm getting ready to graduate college, okay, as a telecommunications major. Okay, so this includes creation, video games, video gaming, because that's what this is. As I've told you before, this is ones and zeros. And ones and zeros can be played with, manipulated, grabbed, and moved at will. Okay? It's just code. This is code work. I'll say this again. Sylvester James Gates Jr. was the one that discovered through the testing through CERN and the Large Hadron Collider that the binary code exists. They found it written into the fabric of space and time. This is something that I've known about since, well, for a very long time. We'll just say that. I've seen it. I do see it. I do interact with it. Okay? It is literally just grid work and codes. Just grid work, codes, numbers. See? Every single time I do this, grid work, all I'm doing is I'm grabbing the code and manipulating it now, because I can see it work. And because I can see it work and I know that it works every single time, okay, that is the, what would you call it? Well, these are the results of knowing how to use the code. As you can see that this stuff is on, off, on, off, on, off, on, off, on, off. See that? It's just like flipping on a switch. Now here's the thing. Sometimes if I'm overly happy, it'll cause the system to go completely crazy. It'll go into a flux and things will happen. If I get angry, it'll also cause the system to go into flux. So I have to control my anger. I can't just flip out like every other person when they get mad or they've had a bad day. Because when I do, it causes things. And technically, when you do it, it causes things. Okay? So, you know, have you ever been around a person who's just always angry and they can like literally drop the mood of any place that they're at? Well, they're doing it. Okay, but the fact of the matter is, most people don't know that they're doing it and haven't beefed themselves up to where they can see the results of it every single time. Okay, so you're just doing it on the superficial 10% level in which your brain already operates. Okay? It's common knowledge that we operate on about 10% of our brains. The latter 90% is pretty much what you would call subconscious work, because it's blocking out a whole lot of stuff that you can't see, feel, or experience. That 10% also reduces the amount that you can see and experience, hear and experience, taste, touch, smell, you name it. The more you open that 10% to 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, blah, 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 and so on and so on, the more of this you get to experience at will. Okay? And it's right there. It's always there. And you can activate it, turn it on, turn it off. Now granted, I will say this, right around 33 years of age, ironically so, not really irony at all, it's just what happened. I had an experience, a very powerful one, which removed my blinders. Completely removed them. And so with that help, that also helped me break open some aspects of myself, which made this a lot easier. Okay? As a young person, in my 20s, I was working on this stuff as well, but I was working on mind control, and I was also working on being able to enter people's minds, their dreams, whatnot. I became very successful at it, but then I found out that I was violating universal laws. So everything that I do stays within universal law, and it is all based entirely upon unconditional love. I do not teach anything outside of unconditional love. Anyway, I'm out. I'll be back.